After her parents' divorce, Regina was sent to live with her maternal grandparents, Reverend Henry Simons, and his second wife, Laura. The Simons family homestead was 2 hours south of Chicago in the college town of Normal, Illinois. Her grandfather built this home at 405 North Fell Avenue during the late 1800s. It was a 10-room residence that sat on a quarter block of land surrounded by huge elms and maple trees. Many years later, in a letter to a friend, communist writer Joseph Freeman, Regina recalled as a child in Normal, Illinois, swinging in a pear tree, sleeping in a four-poster feather bed, and playing with dolls and sleds except for on the Sabbath. On Sundays, her occupation was sitting on the front porch, reading the Bible, a stiffly starched and beribboned little girl. As mysteriously as Regina was sent to Normal, Illinois, she returned to Chicago, where she lived with her mother and sister Mercedes, back at 530 East 45th Street. Margaret was now a member of the Necessity Club, a charitable organization run by upper-middle-class African-American women. And Regina's father's legal career continued to flourish. In 1919, Regina graduated from Hyde Park High School. A few years after their most famous graduate, pilot Amelia Earhart. Regina then enrolled at Wilberforce University, a black college in Xenia, Ohio, at a time when few African Americans attended college. As a student, she worked in their Carnegie Library, but would attend Wilberforce for only 1 year and would say virtually nothing about her time there. Upon returning to Chicago, Regina took the civil service exam and applied to be an apprentice at the Chicago Public Library, which did not restrict hiring African Americans. There she would meet a mentor, Vivian Harsh, who would become the first African American to head her own branch. During this time, the Chicago Defender reported that Regina's younger sister, Mercedes, was hospitalized for psychological problems. A week later, the newspaper mysteriously recanted this story. There is no official record of Mercedes' fate, but her family has said that she died as a teenager from a broken heart because of her parents' divorce. Perhaps her death was a suicide. Maybe this tragedy was the catalyst that led Regina to move to New York City and start a brand new life, far from the painful memories back in Chicago.